What's going on, Solid Steppers? I'm getting ready to make a video that I am not comfortable with, but I need to make this video because it is really bothering me. Like I'm minding my own business and all of a sudden it's dropped in my spirit. So obviously somebody needs to hear this. I was thinking about my grandfather today, and I really didn't know him well. I actually didn't know him at all. All I knew is he reminded me of Sanford and Son because, you know, they call him like a junk man because he pick up trash, recycle the trash, he take things out of the trash, rebuild it and all that type of stuff. So my mom put me up on game this week because I was in the middle of fussing about having to do this plumbing job and not really accepting my blessing. And the fact that my gene pool made me so mechanical. And part of that gene pool and DNA came from my grandfather. And then I had to sit back and think about the fact that if my grandfather wanted to be an engineer, if he wanted to, you know, be a plumber, he couldn't join the union. Like, there were so many restrictions on people back in the day. You know, so he could have been a master plumber. He could have been a master electrician. He did all kind of stuff. The house that my family lived in Hollywood, Florida, my mom and them was raised in, he built that house from the ground up. You know, and I used to look at that house and I was like, all them damn cedar blocks. I'm like, this is ugly as hell. But at the end of the day, when you become an adult and really understand the sacrifices and the shoulders you stand on, you know, and then I think about, you know, I really didn't know him. I really didn't know my father. And, you know, and I'm not complaining about that because I'm tough because I had to fend for myself. I was the oldest in my family. My mother had 2 other daughters. So, you know, and then on my dad's side, he had 2 other daughters. So, you know, it was just chicks everywhere. And being the oldest, I had to be, you know, the other parent, the co-parent. You know, the times I had to step up and actually be the man of the house, which is controversial, but it's many of us that had to do that because there wasn't nobody there. So I'm saying that to say a couple of things. One, y'all need to get y'all ass up and get out here and get it, because there was a time when we couldn't get it. Like, we wanted to do it. We had the skill to do it and had the ability to do it, but wasn't allowed to do it. At least not on that scale. And if we did do it, somebody erased our name and put their name in the place and took the credit. So let me tell you something. This thing is bothering the hell out of me. And I just feel the need to share that. And I need to share it because somebody need to hear it. It don't matter where you come from. It don't matter what cloth you was cut from. Because there's things that happen in your life that develop a special skill set, a special survival instinct that makes you suitable for gifts and abilities and opportunities that no one else can make happen. I sit in many situations where I come up and say things and they be looking at me crazy like, how the hell, where'd that come from? It came from my stock food. It came from the fact that in my mind, I have limited resources, so I'm going to take every resource I got and make it happen. And then when I get some resources, I'm not putting them toward what you would, because I don't have the comfortability to sit my black ass back and think another opportunity is going to come. That's what that's from. So I really want everybody listening to me to understand this is your moment. Seize today. Don't wait. Because all those rights and privileges we take for granted, they are not promised. Remember? You don't know your history, your ass will repeat it. And I'm not talking about recent American history. I'm talking about world and global. You know, there's nothing new in this world. So everything that's happening right now, it's already happened before. On some level, in some plane. So you need to get your house in order, and you need to be able to be self-sufficient and support your own. So, you know, I really wanted to make sure I had that conversation because there's a lot of us that grow up without both parents in the house. There's a lot of us that grow up in dysfunction. And and we think that we're damaged goods and we can't get out here and live the quote-unquote American dream. But the reality is, the only thing stopping you is you. Get away from the haters. Get away from those people that don't invest in who you are and don't believe. Because you got to believe and be your hero. I had someone tell me last night that if I didn't believe in me, if I wasn't tooting my own horn, if I wasn't, arrogant about my own stuff, who else gonna be? And she was absolutely right. I'm lucky to have people like that in my corner to remind me there's nothing wrong with being an aggressive woman that wants to get out here and get it and be self-sufficient. There's nothing wrong with that. And I can care less what the world thinks about me because it ain't none of their damn business. Long as I'm paying my bills, long as I'm being a respectful citizen, and I'm not hurting nobody, get out my business and get out my life. In fact, get you some business. But at the end of the day, I want y'all to understand it ain't where you come from, it's where you're going. And you need to be concerned about generations after you. You want to be able to plant them seeds and make sure they don't have it as hard as we did. I'm going to stop this video because I'm not about to be tearing up on YouTube and getting all emotional, but there's somebody that need to hear this. Please understand that you're not thrown away, that you are wonderfully and magically made to get out here and be successful. As just like I'm telling you, I'm telling myself at the same time. There are going to be people that want to see you fail, but it's not because they hate you and dislike you. It has to do with their own self-loathing. The fact that they can't do it, the fact they don't believe in themselves, the fact that they have fear to step out. Don't blame the haters, man. Congratulate. That means you're doing something. So, I'm going to wrap this video up, but I felt the need to drop that because I'm tired of people talking about all the strikes against them. Strikes is when your ass is in some shackles. That's some strikes. Strikes is when you don't get paid and you straight up slave labor in the 20th century. We ain't gonna even start that conversation. But the reality is, please run with it. Please take everything you can, everything you learn, and apply it to your life. And be the best you can be. That's all I'm saying, man. You ain't here to impress nobody. You ain't here to impress your damn self. So Miss Ward is signing off for the Solid Steppers. And remember, I love you guys just like you love me. Have a great night. Going to my last call because I can. Be blessed, y'all.